Friends, today, as you know, is Gandhi Jayanti, the anniversary of the birth of Mahatma Gandhi. It is one of India's three national holidays, and in 2007, the United Nations declared it the International Day of Non-Violence. Today, as you know, India is very different from the India of Mahatma Gandhi. Nevertheless, however, the Mahatma has always been, and my guess is he will always continue to remain, India's greatest and best loved human symbol. You know, my own recollections of Mahatma Gandhi date back to the year 1948. At that time, I was living with my parents and brothers in the South Indian city of Chennai. The Mahatma had just been assassinated, and I still recall the fear and the weeping that swept the city. And prayers were offered in churches, mosques, and temples. Now, I was only 3 years old, so I couldn't really understand what all this commotion was about. And I recall tugging at my mother's sari and pestering her with questions until I got her undivided attention. I cannot recall the exact words my mother used, but she said something to the effect that a very saintly man had died, a man who was very similar to the Lord Buddha, the Prophet Muhammad, and Jesus Christ. That memory of the Mahatma has remained with me until this day. You know, when we consider the overall personality of the man, we see that he had very little to boast of. First of all, he was not a handsome man. Unlike, for example, Vivekananda, Subhash Chandra Bose or Rabindranath Tagore, Gandhi wasn't a handsome man. Of course, his family did manage to find the money to send him to England, but they could never be classed as wealthy people. Whatever success he earned in life was due to his own faith in God and his hard work, and not due to any inborn talent. Throughout his life, he suffered from every form of prejudice: racial, religious, communal, cultural, and caste. And as you know, very often he was thrown out of trains, buses, and stagecoaches. Yet, the one thing that he did possess, and he possessed in abundance, was an unshakable faith in God, a God whom he revered as truth. As one of his biographers put it very beautifully, the only weapon the man possessed was a steadfast faith in God, and he aimed that weapon at the conscience of the enemy. Friends, in these days of the global pandemic, what message would the Mahatma have given us? Here again, when we consider the overall personality of the man, it's pretty clear that he would have given us a message based on love. On one occasion, he made a very interesting remark. If you don't mind, I'll read it out. He said, "The test of friendship is assistance in adversity. I refer here to unconditional assistance. Cooperation that needs consideration is only a commercial contract. It cannot be called friendship. Conditional cooperation is like adulterated cement, which does not bind." If you don't mind, I'll repeat the quotation. The test of friendship is assistance in adversity. I refer here to unconditional assistance. Cooperation that needs consideration is only a commercial contract. It cannot be called friendship. Conditional cooperation is like adulterated cement, which does not bind. These are the words of the Mahatma. In other words, for Gandhi, what matters most is unconditional assistance, or what we may even call unconditional love. It means to assist the other, to love the other, and leave the person totally free, not to impose any conditions on that person. You know, unconditional love would be to tell the other person, I love you and I leave you totally free to be the type of person you want to be. I am not going to impose any conditions on you. My friends, this is the type of love that was spoken of by almost all our eminent religious leaders of the past. And this is the type of love we need today in the world in these days of the global pandemic. So let me end this address by wishing you all a very happy Gandhi Jayanti. Thank you very much.